Yeah, hello and welcome to Costa Solar TV again. We'll be back now with news again. We have a new place here in Mijas, and we know now it's a very hot, sunny day. So we're here we are now in Juncal in Mijas. It's near the water park, Agua Park in Mijas. It's in Atico here, so we have here up in Atico 34 degrees Celsius degrees, and very good that we have the air condition, so keeping around 24 degrees the temperature. Anyway, we will now in the news talk a little bit about the situation where Spain is going at the moment. We have seen that there have been, especially here in Andalusia, change in the change in the provincial government, and in Spain still no government, waiting still. They're trying to put the pieces together to get a government, and as the rest of Europe looks a little bit tricky, and we'll see what the future will be on this. But anyway, now when we have this new government, we have 40 years same government, and now it has been changing here in Andalusia. So there's hopes and there's disasters. People is talking about hopes because some of the fees and taxes has been gone down or completely removed, and it's for companies and business people. This is relief, and this make it possible for many people possible to run a business. The idea with this is, of course, to hire people, to get more people hired. Some political leaders telling that uh, now in Andalusia we are hiring most people in whole entire Spain. When it was for years back, we was the last one. So we have very high employment rates before, but today it's looking different. Anyway, still is that most of the works looks to be from the town hall. You need to be registered in the town hall or in the INEM, and when you're registered in INEM, you go to town hall. They're registered in the town hall to search for work, and then the town hall possible hire you. Still, there's a lot to do and a lot to do before all can get work, before we get even normal number in unemployment numbers. Anyway, there's different parties that rule before. They told that Andalusia will go down because there will be huge unemployment, huge social problems, and huge problems in entire Spain. Now we get the first notice of this. Europa Press is writing about some experts that is talking about that 13 million people in Spain is in exclusion social, so they are in the poverty, below the poverty rate. So 13 million of 45 million Spanish people. So you can't call that especially good numbers. We also know that the numbers of last year, these houses, the people that was kicked out from their homes, it was 60,000 people was kicked out from their homes last year. People with babies, people with small kids, people, families was kicked out on the street, and no one care. There is some cosmetic modifications and cosmetic cares from political parties. We have seen that, for example, for Fuengirola, they are building up one building for social living, and they had a program to buy 20 flats for social living. Last I hear, it was 10 flats for social living. So we know that it's everything's cosmetic. There's thousands in the line waiting and sleeping on the streets, begging on the streets, doesn't have money for live or food or pay rent. The help that the things that the governments and town hall is doing is cosmetic. It won't be too much to help. The issue is, of course, the tourism when we are living in a tourist area. Because maybe you over there, maybe you are not Spanish person, maybe you are from UK or you are in Nordic countries. You maybe have a salary of 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000, or pension or 5,000. So it's normal for you. You can come down here and living during the winter time and pay a rent for 1,000 euro. It's okay. When you have a family for 4, 5, 6, 7 people that working with Spanish salaries, 700 euro, 800 euro, 500 euro per month, and you need to pay rent, you need to pay food for your kids, education for your kids, school material for your kids, food and your kids and everything. Then these kind of things is impossible. It's completely impossible. If you're lucky, you have both couples is working in the family. If there is two couples, the divorce rates is high in Spain as well. So if there is two couple, that can work. Many times when there is only one, for example, mother taking care of the kids and working, mother need to work from morning, day, evening, until night as well, because the salaries is so low, so they don't have afford to pay for normal living. So many times they hire a babysitter taking care of the kids and bringing the kids from school. This is something that's coming more and more. I see that when I bring my kids from school, I see every day coming babysitters that bring the kids from school because the mother or father need to work. So many single parents families is suffering. These things has affected that the poverty rate is going up. We see now there's experts telling that 30 million. Maybe in 1-2 years we have completely different numbers, much higher than ever, and we know that as it is now, it's going out of the hands. Same that illegal occupation of the flats and apartments, houses, villas is growing very, very fast. This is because these 60,000 people that is kicked out last year, they need to have somewhere to live. So this occupation of houses is incredibly popular because this is a legal way, or more or less legal way to do it. They don't get jail or anything because usually it's the house owner or the flat owner that need to pay everything, the court cost and everything, and lawyers, and then getting out from the house because this that is in the house that has been illegally occupied the house doesn't have the resources. They are so-called in the poverty list. They are in the poor list, and when they are in the poor list, they don't need to pay for the court cost. They don't need to pay anything basically because they are poor. They're classed as poor, and because of the country itself cannot take care of these people, so these people need to take care of themselves, and they do it in the way that is possible. And one way is to take over others' house. So this will be things that most probably will be growing more and more, and the problems is not these people. The problem is that the country doesn't take their social responsibility for these things. The country doesn't bring enough social living places. The social security doesn't pay a rental for these people. Social security doesn't pay 1,000 euro in rental for a family that has been kicked out of the street. And this is things that is under construction now in Spain. But there has been lots of rumors that some parties in the Spain doesn't want social security to take care of people. They want the people to take care of the people by themselves, because as they say, people have been affecting their situation by themselves. So, for example, when someone is born in Fungirola and trying to live with the work and the salary that they have, and the rentals is 700, 800, 900, but the salary is 300. So this person that is born in the city and the family come from a family that is from the same city all the life, hundreds of years been working in the city. Now this family doesn't have right to live in the city. No right, absolutely, because they don't have money. Only the people with the money can live in the city. Only the rich people, wherever they come from, they are welcome. But the people that's born in the city, out. If you don't have money, you don't have anything to do here. It's very easy. So I've been talking with different political leaders and things that they say that it's a problem for the social security that we don't have any money for pay anything. We don't have any money to help anyone. So it's quite clear. There's a family with a woman with lots of kids, and she could not pay rent. She could not pay her living because she was alone with kids and they need to take care of the kids. And the final, we and my wife was helping this family out so they could get to a better life in other country. But like I told, there is also people that is born in the same city and have the same similar problem. So, and at the moment we don't see anything more any better in these cases because social living construction and housing is far away. Too little is not enough. So the thing is that people need to move out to up to the mountain or to some place where there's work. I know many in Fungirola, they have moved to Madrid, they have moved to other places because there's work. Some move also to Malaga because there's more work. So we know this is good, it's working good, so long that money comes in. When there's good tourism and tourism is growing every year, and price of living going up, the house pricing, rental price go up, and people pay. It's okay. But when there's coming other financial crisis that we are expecting to come soon, then everything's going down. So then there's no money for nothing. So we will see. It's usually this is the way that is repeating by itself. To other news, Renfe going to have a strike. It will be affecting over 300 trains. 300 trains will be cancelled in Spain. So in procents, that is about 25% of the trains, and this affect the local trains as well. So go using the local train between Fuengirola, Malaga, or up after Malaga. So remember that some of the trains maybe doesn't come at all. We have bus connections in Costa del Sol, so you can always use the buses. There's also express buses that is going fast from example Malaga to Marbella, so-called non-stop buses. So there's lots of options. We have put some of them in our Facebook page. You can read over there some of these options. So this is a little bit about the situation now. We are waiting lots of heat, lots of warm. So remember, you need to drink lots of water. Alcohol not, because alcohol is drying out your body. So it's better that if you drink 1 cup of alcohol, you drink 2 cups of water. This is very important. We will have famous artists coming up in Fungirola, and we have now feria in Fungirola. You'll see some on Facebook page. We have some videos over there from the feria. I was out with my kids on the feria and grabbed something. So the feria is going at least to the Wednesday. So welcome to the feria. Enjoy the atmosphere, the Andalusian atmosphere, and attraction. The casitas is open as well. There's food and drinks in all the casitas. It's not like the international feria because this is a local feria. So even the local owners of the casitas, so they usually have the local food for each casita. There is in the half of the casitas is open, we need to say, because in the end side of the feria with the casita is big platform, big podium where you have musician bands and that is playing during the night time. So there's a different Andalusian music, and you're welcome to go there. There's lots of seats. When it was there and filming, it was about 10 o'clock. Most of the seats was empty still, so there's huge loads of space. So we'll also make some commercial about Project Africa. Project Africa is a non-government office project, NGO, a charity project that is here in Andalusia and in 14 other African countries as well. The idea with Project Africa is to locally here in Spain is to work with European Union funds. European Union funds have a fund, for example, to return refugees to Ethiopia. They have spent 133 million euro on that fund. There's 150 in the fund, and to return refugees to Ethiopia. It was not very big luck because they started 5 projects, but so far, what we know, no one returned to Ethiopia for to stay. Anyway, Project Africa have a similar project to return refugees. The idea is to pay 1,000 euro to each refugee per month during 10 months, and only in their own country, only in their own home country. So they cannot go to their home country and take out the money and go back here. They need to stay in the home country, go to the bank every month to cash it out. So 1,000 euro, this is in a country where the GDP per person is under 100 US dollar per month. So when normal living is 100 US dollar per month, that 1,000 euro will be enough to start during 10 months. So the total amount is 10,000 euro. We believe this will be helping these people, refugees, to get to start a new life, get to buy, for example, a property and buy some land or some businesses or something, or living on an interest rate in the bank. We are trying to build up in our 14 countries that we will have volunteers and a system that help these people. But first of all, we need to get contact and positive response from the European Union trust funds and other funds that is working on these kind of cases. Our idea is I have been personally talking with refugees and here in Fungirola Beach, the beach road. There's lots of them selling and waiting. So talking with them, and they are all positive to move back to their own country. We in the Project Africa's website and Facebook page, Project Africa Net, there's lots of videos of refugees that have been interviewed for why they move back. Because what we think here is you come here as a refugee because you need something, you need money, you don't have food, you don't have anything. So many of the refugees is explaining that when they come to Spain, they didn't have any idea that that life would be so hard, that you need to work much more in Spain for the same living that you work in, for example, in Africa. So many of these refugees return to the country because they can get food and water much easier than they're working in Spain, for example, 10, 11 or 20 hours a day for to get basic living. And many of these people, when they go to Spain for work, they didn't have no possibility to send any money to the home, to the families in the home. So basically, families was in the same situation. Also, the risks coming out in these videos because in the village, all mothers, every mother in the village, have lost their son when they trying to be a refugee, to go as a refugee to Spain. So the project Africa's work is to help these refugees to get back to their home country. The thing is not Project Africa doesn't have any place to stay, so Project Africa need emergency help. The fundraising is about 20,000 euro for to be able to rent a place and to continue the work. In I think in December, January, there should be possibilities then for Project Africa to get funds from government and other different organizations that usually during the end of the year and the start of the new year releasing funds for non-government offices and charity organizations. So go to Project Africa's website, project dash in the middle Africa.net. So visit there and have a look over there. And if you can help, €1, €10, 50 cents, 1 cent, whatever, there's a PayPal link that you can use and send in money there. If you can help in another way, as a volunteer or whatever, contact them on mail at project-middleafrica.net. That was all for now. Remember, stay cool, be cool. It's very important now when it's hot. Like I told you, it's 34 degrees here, so we don't need exactly so much at the moment, but I know you that is here for holiday and things like that, you will for sure love it. Remember that one thing also, that waves, they have some accidents with people that have been getting out with waves. Waves has bring them out. It's very important that when it's windy and waves, when there's yellow flag, is good for elder people to be careful when they go into the water. So because when the wave come in, it's also go out and it's sweeping your legs out and sweeping the persons out. And be careful with the kids as well, is very important. So stay healthy. Don't use lots of alcohol because this brings lots of problems for many. Alcohol is cheap, but it's not good to mix it in 34 degrees heat and alcohol that usually have very bad results, and it's end up in a place that you for sure don't want to be. The police apartments cells is not the place there where vacation people that is on holiday and vacation want to be. So, okay, take care, stay tuned, bye.